Welcome back. We're going to be taking a look at a video out of DeLand, Florida. That's Steven Sanders. He's a civil rights activist that was created by the hands of the DeLand Police Department when he was arrested for not wearing a mask at the Social Security building. He took the arrest, the charges were dropped, and he currently has a lawsuit pending against the DeLand Police Department. As he comes in the police department today, he's trying to gather records from where a city employee filed a privacy complaint against his YouTube. Now, it's a First Amendment violation and prior restraint when government officials do something to restrict your ability to publish and create content and tell a story. While he was there, he inadvertently recorded a man that was in the lobby, and that man took it upon himself to do this. Let's take a look.
I'm standing right here because my canines are in the truck and I'm parked next to the work truck. It was the only spot available, so hoorah. Thanks.
Doing good. I'm kind of got a couple more requests. Is Lieutenant Milan available? Is Lieutenant Milan available? Or Lieutenant Vasquez?
Give me 1 second, I'll look it up.
Sounds good, thanks.
Sanders waits about 5 minutes for another officer to come out to help him with his request. The lobby's mostly empty, and he comes off to the side and sits and waits. The lobby was mostly empty, and he was just recording for himself, but the man decided to come back in.
Away if I'm doing business up here.
It's public area, brother.
Are you one of them YouTuber dudes? Because I've been waiting to meet one of you guys that are going to get me on there when I'm trying to do my business. You're going to get me arrested because I'm not going to allow my...
Did you just see that?
You're not going to do my public...
He just knocked over my camera.
Oops, sorry.
I'd like an officer out here.
All these people are trying to work.
I'd like
you
an officer.
intimidate officers.
I would like an officer
you put
out
people
here.
on the spot. You're not helping our justice system, okay? You're alienating people.
Well, you just became super famous.
Well, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
You're
You'll be
a jerk.
paying for my camera,
You know
too.
what? YouTube, okay? Come up with another concept, man. This
Keep
is
going.
not entertaining anymore.
Keep going.
Brother,
You have no idea who I am.
I do know who.
Now, for whatever reason, this man had some premeditation on if he met a YouTuber, he was going to do this type of behavior. But that's not the real story here. Law enforcement were summoned to the scene, they moved the man outside, and then ultimately decided that this is a civil complaint. Now, let's take a look at Corporal Clark when he goes out and talks to the suspect. This video here shows me that these two may be familiar with each other. Corporal Clark's firearm is on his left-hand side, and when cops talk to you, they're generally pointing their body camera directly at you, capturing everything on camera. Instead, he's standing next to him, and both of them are facing away.
What happened?
No, I literally was all on camera. I was just standing here. He said, stop filming. I said, it's a public area, man. And then he just knocked my tripod out. It's all on camera. I'm not going to turn this off until you either have him. These two witnessed it.
So you do have it recorded on?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you mind backing it up for me? Understand, our cameras are right here in the lobby, so.
Let me stop one and then.
I wanted to give you enough time to do your thing.
I filed it. I'm going to go through a little bit more. I'm going to send you guys an email with the exact policies and procedures he violated because I do have your policies and standards.
Okay.
But it's pretty general to the point and gets everything it needs to get to, and it's already been submitted. So, and I'll still send you those records. But did you get to watch it?
No, he can watch. He watches live.
But did
right
he
there.
explain?
Just-
And you saw my camera footage, though.
Yeah, I saw yours.
And you saw the intent was clear that he was upset and wanted to stop me from filming.
I saw what happened out here,
Okay.
and I'm going to look at that, and I'm also going to look at the body cam from Clark when he downloads his.
Yeah. I mean, what are we looking at?
So I'm going to go and look at everything.
If what I say is truthful and that my items were damaged, for instance, like I told you,
It's-
if this podium, right, it's no one's touching it, and I just go, whomp.
So there's a couple things there, and not being funny about it. There's a couple things. You kick the podium. There's no damage to it whatsoever. Then you don't have nothing but
Disturbing the
somebody being-
peace or
Well, disturbing the peace, you have to have somebody
Disturbed.
There's some verbiage and some things that have to happen.
I
for it
was
to be
disturbed.
There's a high likelihood that you will have your rights violated by this
And
guy if
then
you say
as
something
far as
wrong.
The camera falling down. He didn't touch you, so that's not a battery.
correct.
It's not.
But the camera could be an extension of me as a battery if I'm holding it or if I'm touching it.
The way it was, the way you explained it to me, it was standing freestanding.
Yeah, but you saw I rotate. So like I rotated like this, and then he goes like this, so then I let go because he was obviously approaching me.
So the camera would be of vandalism.
Yeah.
So, and you showed me the damage to it. So
Would that be arrestable in theory?
the vandalism?
Yeah.
The vandalism is a misdemeanor.
Okay.
Which is not a misdemeanor exception.
Okay.
But actually, in fact, under Florida law, it is a misdemeanor exception. It's a Florida statute 80613, and it provides that law enforcement may make a warrantless arrest for this violation. However, Mr. Sanders can't even get them to investigate a criminal offense.
So it's an arrestable. You don't have
It's a
the.
chargeable.
Okay.
So for it to be arrestable, like a vandalism.
So why wasn't any of that? I guess
And I don't know that it is
Sorry.
or not.
That-
So what I've got to do is I have to look at Clark's report.
Yeah.
He might be charging the guy.
He told me he wasn't.
Again, I don't know. I'm going by what you're saying. I've got to look.
I can only go. Yeah, I can only go off of what he told me, right?
But I have to talk to him as well.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
change
I have
his
to-
mind,
I have to
obviously.
look at both sides, and he might submit a 707, which is a charging affidavit, or he might submit just a report. I've got to look at everything. You're also going to, excuse me, you're giving me your
Yeah.
footage as well, and
I've
then
gone
I
through
can-
all the steps. Like the witness statement, I've stayed behind, I've showed the footage, I've talked to the people. But again, this man left.
But we know who he is. We've got his ID. So I have got to go by what I have
I know.
in front of me
I
right
understand.
now.
But instead of actually helping the victim, the police officer and the man are outside shaking hands.
You're letting him leave? Yeah, this is not an offense that would be arrestable. So, well, we're gonna get a report done for you.
And from what I've heard from the sources off of my channel, that we're never going to get police services if we in fact need them. And that's why I don't call 911. Now, there's no doubt that he did this due to the fact that Steven Sanders has made YouTube videos about the DeLand Police Department. I'm not sure if this man is a law enforcement supporter or if they personally know him. Sanders forwarded this to his attorney, but he did indicate that he has great interest in it. The DeLand Police Department has been under fire for several events here recently in the past 6 months to a year. And most recently, we're learning that one of the police officers at this department here was going after helpless victims of domestic violence and making passes against them. This is the DeLand Police Department. Thanks for watching, like and subscribing. There'll be some links in the description. Let me know what you guys think about these cops in the comments. DeLand Police Department is not a good police agency. They have lots of corrupt officers, including racism, sexual stuff, all documented in IAs.